What do you mean by scapegoat?
This English language and Hindi language, the punchlines are different. हिंदी में सुनने को अच्छा लगता है, बकरा बनाया, हाँ, तो बकरा बनाया मतलब स्केपगोट बनाया। मतलब क्या कि उसका बेचारे का कोई कसूर नहीं था, लेकिन उसको कसूरवार ठहराया, मतलब स्केपगोट बनाया। To make a person criminal when he is not a criminal is making a scapegoat, or ascribing a blame on a person who is not the culprit. You have made him a scapegoat.
So when I'm blaming someone, making that person a scapegoat, would be to hide something that I have done wrong?
Possibly. Or you want to avoid facing a bad situation, so you put somebody else in your place for him to face that bad situation. You have made him a scapegoat. Avoided the trouble which would have come to you, and the trouble got transferred to somebody else, so you have made him a scapegoat. Come on, you are a lawyer, you should have been making a lot of people scapegoats.
No, but we do justice.
Oh.
We fight for justice, so we will not.
So even when you fight for criminals, you're fighting for justice? When you know that the person...
Whether I'm fighting for the criminal who's wrong, or I would fight for giving justice.
A lawyer always fights for a criminal. There is no lawyer who refuses to take up a case of a criminal, because you take a shelter. You take a shelter under the belief that no criminal is a criminal until and unless he is proven guilty.
Right.
So you fight the case on that basis. So for you, he is not a criminal, but you know in your heart that he is.
Yes, so I will not take up that matter.
You are an exceptional lawyer. That's why you are in Pratibimb. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Absolutely. So, to hide anything wrong that I have done, I will definitely pinpoint and say it's because of this one, this happened to me. That also could be a scenario.
Yes, you're shifting, no? You're shifting the limelight on you, or the spotlight on you, where you are in the dock, and now you are putting somebody else in the dock instead of you. So he is the scapegoat. You've shifted the focus. आपने गुनाह किया है, आपने फोकस शिफ्ट कर दिया, दूसरे को गुनहगार बताने की कोशिश की, तो उसको बेचारे को बकरा बनाया, scapegoat.
I'm giving an exam, like I'm a child, I'm giving an exam, and I did not get the desired result. So I have to answer my parents, why didn't I get the result? So now I need someone to put the blame on, okay, what was the reason behind me not having got that grade? Like I would say, okay, the teacher didn't teach well, or something happened, or there was no electricity that day before the exam. I need someone to put this blame on. So even that would be called that I'm finding someone.
No, that wouldn't be scapegoat. That would be you giving an excuse for your failure. When you give an excuse for your failure which is harmful to another person, then that is a scapegoat. In this case, you transferred the blame on your teacher, she didn't teach well. What is the harm coming to the teacher through your parents? Nothing. Your parents pardoned you. You got the benefit out of an excuse. In the process, you didn't make anybody a scapegoat. But had you made your parents suspend the teacher from school or get the teacher dismissed from school, then you have made a scapegoat. Situation is same, natija alag hai. In one case, you got pardoned, no rhyme or reason. In another case, you blamed somebody wrongly and that somebody got punished. Then that is a scapegoat.
So, okay, can you elaborate and say what is a scapegoat now?
A person who is wrongly penalized for something done by another person is a scapegoat.
So that could be in any walk of life.
Any walk of life.
Whether it is at home, work, any.
Yes, it could be in a legal situation, it could be in a social situation, it could be in a personal situation, family situation, any situation.
The person who's being made a scapegoat.
Who is blamed and punished or penalized for something he did not do and done by another person, who transfers the blame on this.
Yeah. So the person who's made the scapegoat or penalized, does that person realize that it's a blame game?
Sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. I mean, take at the macro level. take at the politics. Say a prime minister of a country is getting blamed by the opposition leader for something he did not do. And a large section of the population believes this opposition leader. Isn't the prime minister a scapegoat? He suffers. He gets thrown out of office. The opposition leader gets elected in office through a lie painted by the opposition leader. तो बकरा कौन बना? The ruler of the country, the prime minister of the country. Take what happened just now in Bangladesh. The prime minister had to leave the country. What started as a simple agitation about taking back or rolling back of the reservation shifted to an apology by the prime minister, which was tendered, shifted to resignation of the prime minister, which was tendered, shifted to threat to her life, which made the prime minister run away from the country, shifted to violence against the minorities in the country and destruction of the properties of the minorities, shifted to senseless violence continuing long after the prime minister has left the country. So the prime minister was made a scapegoat. The underlying reason or the agitation, which has yet not come to light as we are talking, maybe there is an ulterior objective in the entire agitation, and the prime minister has been made a scapegoat. Live example happened right now. So somebody is running some agenda जिसमें बकरा बना प्राइम मिनिस्टर, कंट्री छोड़ के भागना पड़ा.
So supposing had she come to know prior that this is going to happen, which of course one doesn't come to know, but there must have been something, some indication. So can the person who's being made a scapegoat realize?
You have that example in India, that the agenda is something else. The agenda is not the farmers' agitation or whatever agitation under the UCC or whatever happened. The Prime Minister in India sensed that this is not the genuine reason. So he could have ordered sterner action or against the mob firing, which was what the Prime Minister in Bangladesh did, which gave the opposition a chance to escalate the subject. Agenda was being driven by somebody. Our Prime Minister did not fan that agenda, and he took the knock straight on the chin. He even rolled back the 3 laws that were passed in the name of the farmers. So he didn't allow this to escalate into violence. So certain things are anticipated, certain things are missed. If you miss, then you pay the price.
It's just that one is lucky maybe that they anticipate.
Call it luck, you could call it sense.
Or good teamwork or whatever.
Whatever, good information. So scapegoat can be, somebody chooses to be a scapegoat. For example, a car accident happens and the child of the owner of the car is driving the car. And the driver takes the blame that I was driving the car. He voluntarily becomes a scapegoat for a compensation which his owner would probably pay to his family. कि तू मेरे बच्चे के बदले जेल में जा, तेरे family का इतना मैं फायदा करके दूँगा. So he has volunteered to be a scapegoat. He is not the culprit. The culprit is the child. But I give a confession, I sign the confession, I take the punishment, and I am being separately compensated. So I am a volunteer scapegoat. So scapegoat is not a very healthy thing to happen to anybody in life. And it's a blatant lie. So when you create a scapegoat, you're blatantly lying. You're hiding the truth. Legally, what are the positions which people take at different points of time in different cases is a separate issue. And as you said, it's judicial matter. We are not commenting on that. We are talking of human ethics. We are talking of human behavior. We are talking of human society. And the fineness of human cultivation is currently being lost somewhere in the upbringing of the child. And that is where I keep repeatedly saying, you want to learn these fine things, there is a course available at your doorstep. It is online. You don't have to leave the comforts of your home. Just click on Life and Breath program. Go to the Pratibimb website, Pratibimb Charitable Trust, and you will get access to self-development. Please do it.